Just in time, kind of. Welcome everyone to another episode of FUSEBOXX Engaged. I am FUSEBOXX as always, and we've just been joined by Dutton from Unstitched. And yeah, we're here to talk with SK about his upcoming book, Transhuman. And I believe you were the author of Terralympus, correct?
That is correct.
And yeah, I remember being on a stream with you a little while back, and that book looked awesome as all get out. The detail you put into the drawings, wow.
Oh, look, I can't take credit for that. The artist Vaughn, he's the one who went absolutely. He knocked that out of the park. My artwork is a lot to be desired at this point.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm just the writer, you know. And we've got Piper with us. Piper, of course, is a big friend of the show.
Yeah. So
how's everybody doing?
All good, all good. We were talking in the green room that I'm in Wednesday right now. The world hasn't ended. So if anybody's worried about that, the world is still turning.
Well, you know, I've been expecting it to kind of burn out sometime this week. So, I mean,
my votes are at least sometime this year.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the crap I'm seeing on the internet right now, this is unprecedented. Like, I am amazed at just how much we've regressed. The entire world has regressed. Sorry, that was a little heavy.
Oh, look, it's a crazy year. Look, you guys have murder hornets, for God's sake. Murder hornets. And that's not even the biggest news. What is wrong with 2020 if murder hornets are a side story?
Jesus God. Yeah, no, I was looking online at how Nick Cannon has gone off the rails completely. He hates white people now. Considers them subhuman. Which my thought wasn't he married to Mariah Carey, who is half white? So did he hate half of her?
Maybe that's why he's mad now. I don't know.
I mean, I know Mariah Carey, her first love will always be Carey, but you know. Oh, come on, that one was good. Thank you.
Fine. You were funny. There was just a delay. Blame StreamYard.
I'm just going to say this, just to make sure everybody's happy. Google quokkas, Quokka, for something that'll make your day smile. They are the cutest animals, and they are friendly. They take selfies. They're in Australia, and they'll make you happy. They're cooler than koalas.
I've seen them before. They are adorable.
Koalas are mean, aren't they?
They're a little bit, and they're not that soft.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I'm good.
Who's that?
They look like living cartoons.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Let me see. Let me pull up a picture real quick. We gotta.
Dutton, is that the first time you've seen a quokka?
Yes.
They are amazing.
I'm so excited.
Hell yeah. No, they are like, I don't understand how they're able.
They're cute little buggers.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid they're going to go extinct because now everybody knows about them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, they're protected. So, like I said, I think I mentioned, they live on their own little island so that, there's no natural predators on that island which attacks the quokkas. And, there's a lot of people who protect them. So only humans come to the island and they're well taken care of.
Well, I mean, they look so happy. Lordy.
It's because they don't know about the murder hornets.
There's no murder hornets in Quackerland, so that they're happy.
No, you know what? The murder hornets only lasted like 2 weeks. Why? Because Quackers made them happy. They gave up their life for murder. Look at it. Look at that smile.
Now they're just hornets.
Look at that smile. I mean, hornets are still jackasses, but they're no longer murderers. Why? Quackers.
Quackos could probably fix Twitter,
Yeah. Just flood Twitter with this, and everyone will be like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a douche today.
God, I love this.
And you can do selfies with them. They
Look,
walk
look
right
at
up to you. They're going,
Oh, that's the best right there.
So freaking cute, god damn it.
See, I'm kind of mad that I'm the only one that's doing like live cameras, because now I'm the only one who's smiling like an idiot, and it shows.
See, the only reason I'm not is because I don't have a camera. That's the only reason.
Oh.
Your excuses.
If I can do this from my cell phone, I would happily do the frickin' face thing.
I am very sorry. I did not do the face thing today. I was working right up until catching up, honestly, working on stuff right up until it was go time. So I look like shit. And being a girl, I just can't have that. So
There you go.
Oh, see, I'm lucky. I'm a guy. I always kind of. I'm like, yeah, they look like shit. I'm like, he's kind of passable. Let me take a shot or two.
Ain't it the truth?
oh, I just got up, so I'm a mess. So it's 10 a.m. here, but I get up late. So
Oh, shit.
In like 40 minutes, though, I got a dip.
That's Chris Hemsworth.
Of course it is.
Damn. I didn't know.
he's Australian. We'll claim him.
See, that's why he's always
There's
got that.
actually three.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
There's actually three Hemsworth brothers. There's Chris, Liam, and there's one more, and I can't remember his name for the life of me. But there's one more Hemsworth brother that you guys haven't seen yet, and we're going to send him across to you guys as well.
Oh, I was about to say you don't remember his name because nobody cares about that one. He was adopted or something.
That's the other Hemsworth. We don't
The
talk
other
about him.
Nobody cares about.
Oh, man. So, SK, I think it's time we take a look at one of the documents you sent me. What say you?
Sounds good.
You have to forgive me. I'm socially awkward.
That's okay. And look, it's a really happy start. We talked about quackers. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper right now.
Yeah, starting on a good note.
I love cute animals. They help make everything worth it. Transhumanism is. So let's see.
So the story I have is called Transhuman. Yep. Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the story I have is called Transhuman, and the idea of transhuman is basically the replacement of different body parts with cybernetic, enhancements.
Ooh.
So the way I take the story is I have two different viewpoints on the story. It all started when I actually did some work for a hearing aid company. I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of YouTube tests where basically the human hearing degrades as you get older. So when you're really, really young, you can hear a lot of frequencies. And as you get older, the range of frequencies you can hear diminishes.
Yep.
But what they found when they start installing these new hearing aids, especially for older people, is that these older people can start hearing frequencies they may not have heard for decades, or, for most of their lives, they started to hear back sounds they haven't heard before. And I love that concept that you can start augmenting the human body to give yourself more experiences than you ever had. A good example would be, and I use that in the pitch, is imagine if you had your eyes that could see more than RGB, for example, to see different colors, to see different perceptions. And would that be the next stage of human evolution? So that's one side of the story. And then, of course, there's going to be conflict. So the other side of the story is you have a group of people who view it as an abomination. You're tinkering with God's design. This is, where do we stop? And eventually the two sides will conflict. And it's real. With most stories I tell, excuse me, I like to be able to do the show don't tell approach. So in the story, I just basically propose the two opposing viewpoints. The lead character, Rivka, you can see her there. She's transhuman, so she has a cybernetic eye, ear, and hand. And what you find is you see both sides play out from her point of view. So that's the crux of the story. So I don't know what you guys think.
Oh man, I love this idea. Like in a way, I know this sounds like kind of egotistical, but in a way, it kind of reminds me of Outlaw Nights a little bit. But you're definitely expanding on the concept of cybernetics in a very thoughtful and interesting way. And I'm loving this image. Like I love the cross, the light cross in her eyes and everything. Like it's, oh wow.
Oh, thank you. So one of the things which I'm hoping to do is, look, Transhuman isn't ready yet. And in the past, when I've launched a campaign or started promoting a campaign, I'm usually really close to finishing. But when I'm usually that close, I don't get to share the journey with people. And so I'm actually promoting Transhuman a lot earlier because I actually want to share the journey. And I know most of you guys are creators, so it's actually really fun to show the processes that go through. For example, if you can just scroll down, this is the color test for Rivka. So in this one, you can see we use a little bit more blues. So the background's a little more blues. And if you scroll down a bit more, you can see a different color test. And this one is, gives a different feel. There's a bit more pinkish in there. And you scroll down more. And I've actually put in a whole bunch of different color tests. So this one removes the blue. There's a little bit more natural colors. So she feels a little bit warmer in this picture. And if you scroll down a bit more, this is the pink, the magenta. So again, it's a very, very different feels. So the movie I would point you guys to is probably The Matrix in terms of color palettes. Everything that happens in The Matrix, for example, when Neo is in the simulation, has a very green tinge to it. Any part out of The Matrix, there's a very, very different color palette. And when he's doing the testing, when he's like fighting with Morpheus in the dojo and things like that, the color palette for that is also very, very different. So it shows all the different simulations. And so at any point, if you're in the Matrix, it's that sickly green. It's that you get the feel that things aren't quite right. And I think that's very fascinating. And that's what you can do with color. I didn't have the fun with Terra Olympus because Terra Olympus was grayscale, but I'm going to have fun with Transhuman to show, hey, look, when different points of the story or different characters have very, very different color schemes. And it's actually a lot of work to get it right. From Timothy's question, look, I love Cyberforce, but this story isn't quite a superhuman story. As much as Rivka has some superpowers in terms of extra strength and things like that, it's still a very much slice of life type drama in terms of it's kind of happening in the real world as we speak, and I love stories which make you think, and like
absolutely.
And like Terra Olympus, a lot of the sites are real world sites. So, sorry, I got something in my throat. And
no problem.
I always find it fascinating when you describe real world science in a way that, it could happen. Like, for example, cybernetic eyes already exist. And one of the issues that they have is trying to rewire the brain to accept these signals. And you can. You can actually train the brain if you've lost your eyesight. And the other concept would be, in terms of, say, cybernetic eyes and things like that, is how do you explain color to people? Is their red same as your red? How do you wire it up? How will they learn? Because if you can imagine, red is just a spectrum that your brain interprets. Now imagine if you teach your brain to interpret red to look like blue or whatever you can. I think that's very fascinating. It's a really interesting road to start exploring, I think.
I think, yeah, like I didn't even think about that angle.
Yeah.
I never really thought about the color angle,
Yeah. I'm just talking about Outlaw for a second. When you did your colors for Outlaws, did you have that type of thinking involved, like different space scenes being different? And I know your character, is very colorful. Was there a conscious decision with Outlaw when you start doing color palettes?
Well, I mean, didn't have too much influence in that area. The biggest thing that I kept telling my colorist was that because of the title of the series and everything, I really wanted a lot of the shots to look like it's nighttime. I like heavy shadows and stuff like that. And for the most part, biggest thing was that I didn't want it to look too uniform. That makes any sense. Like, I didn't want it to be kind of like a Star Trek or something where like everything's kind of the same color, everything's kind of this, everything looks like it was designed by the same person. Like I wanted to look a little more three-dimensional than that.
Of course. And let's talk a little bit about, say, Star Trek and Star Wars in terms of color schemes. Star Trek is the clinical. It's clean. The starships somebody vacuums the starship every night, because you don't see dirt. Somebody cleans everything up every night because everything's pristine. Compare that with, say, Star Wars, where, the X-Wings are, they're being built on shoestring, bubblegum, paper clips, all that. And you have a much grittier approach. And I think it works for both different series. Like Star Trek is much more utopian, the world as it, the perfect world type scenario. While you've got Star Wars, which is basically a bunch of rebels are basically cobbling bits and pieces together to hope they can fight this, fight against the dark side. Just on Timothy's thing, and I love these questions. So in terms of hacking, what and say this is with and this is where I work with the hearing aid company. A lot of the systems are what they call closed loop systems, which basically means unless you get access physically to the device, they can't be hacked. So that's where most people are usually okay with it. It's like a pacemaker. It's inside you. Unless you do something to disrupt it, you really can't hack it too much.
Hell yeah.
We're up to a scene which I really love. Look, please don't judge me. People who know this already, I am a big Ronda Rousey fan. Don't judge me. Look,
hey, look, I'm not knocking it.
She was basically the one who brought MMA to the spotlight. You might hate her, you might love her, whatever, but she was the one who basically, women's MMA did not exist in the way it does without Ronda Rousey. She won, I think, her first 6 or 7 matches by armbar. And when somebody says, "Oh, I'm a striker," she decided, you know what? I'm not going to go for the armbar. I'm gonna match her punch for punch, and she won. She didn't end the career the way I think she would have liked. But anyway, so with all my fight scenes, I try to make it so that the fight scenes are realistic as possible. So you won't see a punch where you hit somebody and they fly back 50 meters. That doesn't happen. All the fight scenes are actually standard MMA or jiu-jitsu type moves. So those are standard takedowns. And you can see as soon as the guy takes Rivka down, that's a standard takedown. Then straight away he moves the right leg over and he's trying to lock in an armbar. You can see all So when I talk to a lot of my artists, I have a lot of fun with them because basically I send them MMA clips and then they send me back MMA clips. And then we spend probably a week wasted just talking about MMA fights. But the good thing about that is you get to see all the thought processes that go through, because these are standard moves and these are things that would happen in the real world. Because if you were a trained fighter, that's what you go for. You go to incapacitate, you go to break them down, you go to break their arms. That's how you fight. If you were an absolute trained fighter, you wouldn't do the stand around, I punch you, you punch me type scenario.
Oh yeah. No, trust me, I'm not knocking on the Ronda Rousey thing, because when I learned that she had a crush on Vegeta growing up, I was like, well, that's the type of woman I like. So.
Oh, he's a big anime nerd. That's the when I found that out too, I loved her even more.
I'm a big Dragon Ball nut.
Oh, and this is the scene I wanted to show, because this is the scene I think my artist wouldn't speak to me for a couple of days, because what we wanted to do was we wanted to do a television studio scene. So basically, there's an argument that's happening on live TV. I cropped it a little bit, and I'll get the picture adjusted. But up the top, if you can zoom in, you will see basically all the lights, the strobe, the camera working there. And then you'll see all the people that's listed there. And he was like, "Are you joking? Do I have to do this?" I'm going, "Yeah, you have to. It's an establishing shot." And yeah, he wasn't very happy with me. He was like, "You're joking." I'm like, "No." And my comment really to him was, "More people." He put some more in. No, we need to put more people in. And so that's the level of detail I like to go to. Like, it's not in every shot. I think it would be too much for every shot. But what we try to do is he spent a lot of time in the detail. And even if you look at the cameras up the top, just went, "Look, I'm going to follow exactly what you told me to do." We Googled a couple of television studios, and they have a lot of lights up there because they have different spotlighting, different types of bulbs, or the rest of it. So if you ever look at a television studio, there's like 500 lights usually sitting on top of the stage.
Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at all of them right now. Jesus.
Yeah,
wow.
So we had a disagreement on this page, but I'm really glad he did it.
Yeah, I think the main time I annoy Render is when I tell him like, "Oh, I need more tattoos and more piercings." Like, he can't stand
that. Yeah.
I think that's the whole joke, panel, the writers thing, double page spread, arches in the back, make about 200 of them, have 500 people charging across the screen, and have some 200 cavalry flanking from the right, and then have that running across a wooded forest.
Good.
Shit.
Dutton, you're an artist, right? I'm assuming, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Would you kill me if I send that to you as a script?
I'm like, yo, we're gonna drop a 0 out of each thing.
Oh man.
Or I'll be like, you know what? You're gonna see a partial tail of a horde and mostly a tree blocking the rest of the people.
But it's fun. So, and the other thing I want to show was this last panel. You see, basically, because her right arm is cybernetic, you can see her do the stretch when somebody's trying to shoot at somebody else. She doesn't mind the right arm being damaged, so she stretches out to get hit. And I love these type of poses as well, because the one thing I wanted to show is it's not just static images. There's a lot of posing and a lot of the fights as well, as you start to notice. Although we try to make it as realistic as possible in terms of the fights, the MMA references and things like that, a lot of it is we still have a lot of fun in terms of exaggerating, because I think, like Jack Kirby said, it's still a comic book. Have fun with it. Push your characters and the artwork beyond what normal people can do. because that's what people want. That's what interests people. That's what makes it exciting.
Amen. Oh man. See, I think my favorite thing is just the detail in these faces. Like these look like real people. That's what I like.
I know, and look, and I think he's really knocked it out of the park with this. So, and I'm hoping, and one thing I did want to show is, and this is why I'm pre-launching so early, is I actually want to show people the processes behind a lot of these things and the explanations behind it, as well as even say the color thoughts behind certain things. Like in this studio, the lights will be a lot warmer because that's how they want to show it on stage, and that's how most debates happen. But the left person is a professor who's much more scientific, and the right person is somebody who's more religious. So the color palettes will be different. The professor will be almost a bluish tinge because he's much more cynical, and the preacher is much more warmer colors because that's his appeal to emotion. He's much more, and you get that play off the two characters, that one is scientific and one is emotional. And how do you marry the two up? And of course they fight. You know, there's going to be conflict. They're not going to shake hands and agree to disagree. Not spoiling too much of the story, but it makes it interesting to see that you can see I can't wait to show you how the colors will look in the end, because I've got the test in. I've received some of the test colors, and you'll see the difference between the two characters, and then. You've got Rivka, who is you see the world from Rivka's point of view, because between the two of them, actually, Rivka is probably the most human in terms of character. Like the other two characters, they are much more caricatures of each other. You know, one is the extreme science, one is the extreme religion, and Rivka is this person who's in between. And I hope when the story comes out, the reader actually links up with Rivka a lot more, because her life is a mess. I'm sorry, I didn't make Rivka's life very happy. She's going through a divorce, and you find out the reasons why the divorce comes in afterwards. She drinks too much, but she's actually a very introverted drunk. So when she drinks, she just clams up and she shuts down. And it's that type of personality. And some people can, and as you dig into more of her life and how she got to where she is, I'm really hoping people find that exciting. And I'm going to tease more and more of it out throughout the next couple of weeks. But man, I'm really, really excited about this project.
I'm getting excited about it. I love what you're describing. Like, this is the kind of character stuff I eat up.
I like what I'm seeing. So,
thank you. Yeah, and look, I like flawed characters. I really do. Terra Olympus is slightly different, and you'll find out, like, Terra Olympus also has a main character, and she's much more the happy-go-lucky. Things are going her way. But you actually will find out down the track why she's like that and why she takes that approach. But for this character, she goes the opposite direction. She's much more sullen. She's much more, you know what? You know, screw this. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? She's much more that type of character, where she basically rejects people. And I find that very, very interesting, because for a character piece, I like that as the main character. And I'm really hoping people relate to it, because let's face it, there's sometimes in your life you just want to go, you know what? It's 2020. I'm going to be a hermit. I'm going to shut the doors. I'm not coming out for another 6 months, because that's what I can't deal with everything out there right now, and the murder hornets, of course.
You're speaking my language. This character is now very dear to me.
I'm really glad, and that's what I'm. And so I'll give my little bit of a shill. There is a pre-launch link in the description. Please sign up to it, because when you do sign up to it, you'll get something before everybody else does. I promise you, anybody on that pre-launch link, I will not spam your email. You'll probably get something from me every 10 days or so. But what you will get is, you will get what I'm talking about, which is basically, as pages developed, you get the character building process. So if you really want to see how a graphic novel moves from A to B, and I'll start sharing character sketches and all the rest of it, you'll see basically all my thought processes go from the beginning to end. There won't be any spoilers, but man, when you read it, you'll start thinking, man, he really did think about that. That panel looks that way because he thought about it this way. And I would love to share that with everybody, because usually when a book is done, it's really hard to share that information because people read the final product. But because my final product isn't done yet, I can much more easily share all this.
Absolutely. Like that's a great idea. Like just changing up the style a little bit and helping give people a window into the process. Like that's, I have at a loss for words.
It gives you the opportunity to get feedback as you go.
Yeah.
So that you can more cater to what your specific audience seems to like too. We did that a lot with Peregrine as much as we could. Was, well, what do you think about this versus this and crap like that? So always use that, because if people feel like they're involved in your project, then they're paying that much more attention in your project.
Oh, definitely. Definitely going to be soliciting feedback, and look, I hope you guys do sign up, because then you can come with me on the journey. Oh, just to talk about Peregrine for a second, and I think you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys made a conscious decision about that, because that's much more. And it was an awesome campaign, by the way. It looked incredible. A lot of the lighting, especially the colors, were very golden. It's like the golden age of superheroes. And I saw it and I knew, bam, whoever your colorist is, you guys put a lot of thought into that, because you see the cover, you know straight away, even without digging into the story, this is a bit more uplifting, a hopeful comic. There's that golden age, the one where heroes are back, and you can tell all that just by the way you colored the cover. And that's incredible. I always think that's incredible.
Oh, thank you. Both Doug and Farrah have actually worked really well together in catching the theme that we were going with actually very little, input required from us. But watching them both bounce ideas on colors off each other has been really fascinating. So I'm learning a lot just them talking to each other.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and like I said before, Matrix is probably the absolute classic example. But if you dig into other movies and stuff like that, and you, sorry, I'm losing my voice again, definitely watch color palettes in movies. That's probably my absolute favorite thing to do nowadays, is when you watch different movies, you will actually see if the director has really thought about it correctly, all the different color palettes and the way they film, the darkness, the light, which scenes make sense. And I always think that's incredible, because there's usually a lot of thought that goes into it. And the final result, and the funniest thing is, in most cases, as a reader, you won't notice it. You'll notice it if they do it wrongly, but if they do it right, nobody just ever notices it. They just feel it, because color is very... brings a lot of emotion out. So you, like, for example, with Peregrine, you feel that hopefulness, that golden age, but you don't know why. And then, except when you understand the colors and how it works, it's, do it right, nobody will notice it. Do it wrong, everybody will jump on your back.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a bit like lettering as well. If you do lettering well, nobody will make a comment about it. You do it wrongly, oh man, you get everybody will jump on your back. You screwed this one up. This word doesn't fit properly. Blah blah blah. But you do it right, it's like meh.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad that way, but it's a good sign. If it's not standing out to you, it's doing its job by not taking away from the story itself. So if something is standing out to you, it's taking away from the story itself. And that's bad. That's why you notice. Your eye will notice if something's not right.
Amen.
Oh, definitely.
I am definitely probably going to
I know, but...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. Please continue.
Oh, no, No,
I agree. There's a lot that just on Piper's comment, there's a lot of things that go into building a good graphic novel that, you know, everybody puts a lot of time and thought into it, but it's just, I wouldn't say ignored, that's the wrong word, but if you do your job right, nobody will notice, and that's how you know you've done the job right.
Yep.
F yeah.
Indeed.
Y'all need to sign up for Transhuman. I'm actually gonna do it once we're off the stream because this looks gorgeous.
Nice.
Oh, look, thank you so much, because you'll get the exclusives. And the other thing I was thinking about doing this, and I'll announce this a little bit further down, I'm trying to get a trading card organized as well, so that if you do sign up and you do back as well, you'll get something a little bit special as well. So there'll be something added into your physical rewards. I haven't figured that part out yet. That's the reason I haven't listed anything, but there will definitely be something for people who sign up and then back. So if all you need to do is give an email address, you get all this really cool build up and exclusives, and you get something special at the end as well.
Oh wow. Yeah, y'all need to sign up for this, because if you don't, I don't know what to believe in anymore. Hell yeah.
So I do want to talk about Outlaw for a little bit, if that's okay, Ben. What's your plans going forward from now? Now that it's done, where are you going to take it?
Well, it's technically not done. We've still got the campaign's done, but essentially I've been in touch with Render, and we charted out a little schedule, and it looks like the book should be wrapped up sometime in November. So I'm very excited about that, because my hope was to get it out earlier than March of next year, and it's looking like that's doable right now. And yeah, we actually got a new page in just yesterday, and I sent it back with a couple of notes. So within the next couple days, I should be premiering some new artwork. So I'm very excited about it.
That's awesome. And how far have you plotted out the story arc? Like, I know this is just, is it 10 issues? How far have you gone down the rabbit hole, basically?
Well, the goal is about 6 issues, but if we're not able to hit our stretch goal, it may end up being like 7 or 8. But essentially, yeah, when I was first outlining the script for this issue, I ended up putting way too much in it. And when I wrote the script, I had to kind of simplify it down. So I've got a lot of other things from my outline that are going to be going into the next issue.
Oh, definitely. And I'm assuming that you're going to come back to market in probably, if you get finished, probably mid next year for the next part, the next issue.
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh, you should. One thing I would definitely love, you should start your pre-launch like early Jan, and then basically walk people through the thing. The feedback I've gotten for people when I've said this is what I'm going to do for Transhuman as opposed to all my other projects, I got a lot of feedback to say, hey, this is fantastic. I want to see your journey. So when your journey for issue 2 starts, I would highly recommend you do it. You know.
I think Timothy just said that he signed up.
Oh, thanks, Timothy.
Hell yeah. Now, Dutton.
Yeah.
Since I've got you here, I think we should talk about your project a little bit.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I think we should.
Yeah.
So give us a little rundown.
All right. Unstitched Part 1 of 2. It's a darker all ages tale than you're quite used to. All 48 pages of art are already complete, and Unstitched is more or less about the darkness feeds off screams, which fear is the enemy of childhood wonderment built on hopes and dreams. So it's up to a brand new Teddy to protect a little girl's nightlight that's keeping the darkness at bay. Unfortunately, the darkness has an army of minions willing to do anything they can to break that light, to consume the room with darkness, and thus Eleanor with fear.
So this is already sounding edgier than Kingdom Hearts, so that's good. Oh man,
You're so close. You're about. Actually, wait, 58%. So,
Yeah.
Can you extend the campaign because
Yep.
Oh, fantastic! Because I'm going.
I'm on the first 30 days, and I'm gonna wait till like about day 2 to extend because Indiegogo does this whole hey, this project's on its last 48 hours.
nice. Oh yeah, no. This is
I
gonna
don't know
make
how
it.
much you use Facebook, but I'm going to share this like absolute crazy on
Yeah.
Facebook. It looks fantastic.
Thank you. I know. Me and Laura, the artist, have put a lot of work and effort into it. Like I said, we're not even funded yet, and all the art is complete. Drawn, colored, boom. The only thing that we have to do is just lay some letters on the rest of the book.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Timothy, that is like the most common thing is Gendry. What's his name? I can't ever pronounce his last name, but the Powerpuff Girl Samurai Jack guy. That's the most common comparison.
I love the style of the parents looking like it's. I can't remember exactly that style, like where it was from. Like it's that cheerful kind of 50s look.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely the consistent smiling mom. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? I've never noticed that, but now you pointed it out. I'm like, oh, now I just want to listen to like beatbop music. I'm like a jukebox.
Okay, Nate,
really
it's time to get into bed.
Art style of this is very whimsical without being super childish. I like that, and the colors on this one are also like awesome.
Yes, we made a very conscious decision of like, so nighttime will always be done in blues.
Nice.
Mostly because we didn't want any like real black, because we want the darkness to pop out, because you have a shadow monster hiding in the shadows. It's like, what shadow, what's him?
Yeah.
This way he pops out a lot more, and he can just consume and fill up the entire room, and it looks more menacing than just I think there's an outline of a monster in the shadow, but he's a shadow monster. I don't really know the difference.
He's somewhere in there.
Yeah. So, these are the first 3 pages where, parents are going to read a bedtime story, baby cries in the other room. They go check on the baby. Like when she's fallen half asleep, darkness kind of comes and invades and scares her, and she just runs to her parents like all kids do. And unfortunately, the darkness has taken over the room and is just patiently waiting for the next night.
Ooh. Is there like a behind the character? The darkness.
There is. So more of him will be explored in the next saga of Unstitched that I'm actually plotting out currently. But for now, what's kind of explained in this one is he's more or less like the apex predator. And all right. So fear can take many forms. So that's what he does. Is he's, as you see, very morphic in design. He transforms into what you're afraid of. Because in my mind, no one's afraid of the dark. Your fear takes form in the dark.
Very true.
So, the thing that's kind of like the opposite of dreams is fear, which is what he feeds off of. So the more he can make a child afraid, basically more he kind of feeds himself and gains power and things like that. Bad guy gonna do bad guy things because bad guy.
Oh, I've seen Marvel movies,
Yeah. And then, we cut to the dream world, and you basically see like two Teddies kind of arguing and kind of like, hey, I'm going to be the best. And you have the instructor there, Scruff, about to put them in a. And you know what? It looks very adorable with the stars painted on the walls, but it's more or less like a gladiator arena for them to train in.
I was about to say, like, are they like cursing at each other or something?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. The arena.
Yep. With the Dream King watching down from the stands, and he's more or less like the Sandman, but Dream King has a nice flow to it.
That bear looks awfully fascistic. Wow. I could picture this being on like Cartoon Network.
Man, that would be kind of dope if they contacted me, but I could see it being on Cartoon Network back in the day. Unfortunately, it's not drawn like a Steven Universe bubblehead, the cow art style, so it's not being picked up. It's not done in cow art. It's not on Cartoon Network.
Of course. If it's not lazy and disgusting to look at, it's not welcome.
Oh man, that print looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's Jason.
Jason Jason Brubaker. This is also a variant cover offered, but on the first 48 hours, whatever the backing number was, I put into a raffle, and we're actually making a foil print out of this cover, and one lucky backer within like that back in the first 48 hours, and that contest is already over with. I think it's like number 17. They're actually getting a 13 by 19 foil print for free, and it's like a 1/1 foil print. So that was a reason why people should have backed this early. But I'm gonna do another raffle if I can hit like 100 backers. I'm gonna do a sketch.
Well, it sounds like we got to get you up to 100.
Yeah.
We got to do it. Got to do it. So let's see. Oh, look at that. You've already sold out of a perk.
Yep.
Damn.
The original art.
So what comes in the Big Dreamer?
All right, so this works out because the featured perk is the Dreamer tier. So on the Dreamer tier, you get both copies of the book, Laura's cover, Jason Brubaker's cover, the fold-out poster, which is to the right, a mini print, which is the green, and then you get a custom, handmade Boogeyman teddy bear.
Oh, damn.
That has glow-in-the-dark eyes.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. I wish I had $150.
That's cute.
So what's the Children's Hospital bundle?
All right, so the Children's Hospital bundle, I'm giving 6 books of Laws cover to Children's Hospital, like St. Jude's or McDonald's, maybe even the Boys and Girls Club, depending on how many sell. And any money that's made on profit on that will also be donated to the hospital. So, kids can get books to read, to kind of entertain themselves in a very difficult time, or their loved ones while in the waiting room can read, to kind of distract them. Plus, the hospitals themselves will get a little bit of money. That way, I can help out kids and possible future kids.
That is wonderful. That is the best thing to do. I feel kind of guilty I didn't do something similar.
Well, I mean, I saw a lot of people do like for the troops, but because this is an all ages book, I was like, a children's hospital seems a little bit more appropriate than the troops.
I mean, that's
Because
just
I'm like, I don't know how many troops, like I think adult can read this and really enjoy it, but military, different kind of breed of people.
yeah, definitely. They might not be into fighting teddy bears, but well, I mean, you have a gladiator arena.
Yeah, but, that's why we're doing a children's hospital. The retail bundle is almost kind of like the hospital bundle, but a little bit different. So they're still getting 6 books, but it's broken in half, where 3 is going to be Jason's cover, 3 will be Laura's cover, and they're going to get 6 mini prints as well. And I'm also doing a 410 ability buyback, which means that if they can't sell it, they're going to make money still because I will buy it back from them.
Damn. Now, yeah.
That's just how confident I am on this book. I'm also offering another thing of because I stay in North Carolina, in the tri-state, so going up 1 to Virginia, going down 1 to South Carolina, then those 3 states, I'm willing to travel to any shop.
Damn.
To help promote. Yeah.
All retailers, look at this, right now. I mean, can't get a better deal than that. Oh man. And there's the Jason cover.
Yep.
And oh man.
And we got Laura's cover. And then you can just get a poster. And the cool thing about that poster is this is also going to be used as the back cover as well.
Oh, nice. I'm digging the bear with the sword.
Yep. Yeah, my buddy Caleb actually did that.
I want to see.
He did it as a fan art, and I really just love the fan art, and I was like, I want to buy this from you.
I want to see that bear fighting in a very bloody battle. Oh man, what is the dream?
The Dreamer tier is pretty much like the big Dreamer tier that I talked about. You're gonna get 1 of each cover, poster, and a mini print. The only thing that's different is you're not gonna get the limited bear.
And the prices for these are phenomenal. Like,
yeah, I've been told that I undercut myself a lot on the Dreamer tier, but I'm like, I don't care. It's for the fans. Now buy the book.
Y'all need to get the book. I mean, for God's sake, Dutton's practically giving it to us.
Oh man, unfortunately, I do have to get out of here because I do have to be on Billy Tucci's channel, Pop XP.
Oh,
and like just a little
Nice.
Hell yeah, man!
I'm like, go ahead and join the backstage around like 8:55. Like that was a minute ago. 2 minutes ago now. But thank you. It was, cool. Glad people like the project.
Of course, man. Hey, bro. Anytime you want to come back, just hit me up, man.
Hell yeah. Y'all take care.
You too, bud.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, that was nice.
His book is so cute.
It is, and I really do. It does give me kind of a Kingdom Heart vibe just from the color scheme. Reminds me a little bit of like when they fight the Heartless and stuff.
Color scheme works. I like it a lot.
Oh, see, my evil plan has worked. You guys are talking about colors right now. It's yes.
I do love me some good coloring. So should we play? I mean, I know he left, but should we play the video?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, do it anyway, yeah.
Fear takes form in the darkness. The darkness feeds off screams. Fear is the enemy of childhood wonderment, built on hopes and dreams. So remember, in the terror of night, to protect the child, protect the light. Try not to become unstitched.
Hi, I'm Dutton, writer and creator of Unstitched. It's a brand new story that was created by inspiration of my niece, my love of 80s, like dark, gritty Don Bluth films. And in fact, that's what Unstitched is. It is a dark fantasy, all ages story. It's a mix of Rise of the Guardians, Toy Story, and Coraline, all put together. I have a talented, wonderful artist named Laura Rimbasambati. She's even doing one of the covers. The other cover is a variant done by the highly talented Jason Brubaker. You know him from Remind, from Sithra, plenty of other things. Unstitched, part 1 of 2 is coming out soon. It's going to be 48 pages, with part 2 being 50-some pages. Later on, we got some cool tiers with the book. Besides just getting 1 or 2 covers, you can either get this as a poster. This original art piece will also be for sale. And if you don't get the poster, this will also be the back cover as well. We have a mini print that's going to be on the higher tiers, like the 150 tier, which this is going to be a teddy bear based off the Boogeyman with the glow-in-the-dark eyes, limited to 10. You get both covers, this poster, and a mini print.
Damn. Oh man. Oh boy. I was really loving that bear, especially I'm trying to figure out like were little bears growing out of his back?
Yeah, those are like the souls of the bears that it has destroyed.
Oh wow.
Or
The
like
soul
pieces
eater.
of the or like the pieces of the victims kind of thing is how it's described. He destroys other bears.
Good lord. Oh, that's good.
Oh look, we need to. I'm still going to stop promoting Justin's work because it needs to get funded. I know he's going to extend it, so he's got a little bit more time, but definitely need to help get this one across the line.
I mean, I'm just, I love those tiers about like donating to hospitals and stuff. Like that's saintly stuff right there, That alone is worth backing it.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, lordy. Let me see here. Now, Piper, are you too tired to do Peregrine?
To do Peregrine?
Well, I mean, give us the spiel, but if you want to make love to her on the channel, I won't fight you.
I could show off Peregrine a bit.
Hell yeah.
Yay. I am constantly blown away by how awesome Peregrine keeps doing. Just
seriously.
Our new little goal is to see this become 1,000 backers so that Smiller acknowledges us as a real big boy comic book. A real comic book or an actual success or whatever it was that you needed at least 1,000 backers before you consider yourself successful or something.
What an asshole.
Yeah. We don't have anything to there's nothing we really do except for, thank everybody and be like, woohoo and stuff. Because our next stretch, we were hitting our stretch goals pretty faster than we thought we would. Which is really awesome. Definitely not complaining. So our next stretch is 50K. And I have yet to put down what we're doing for that.
I think you should just put beat Smiller.
Yeah, we showed you Smiller. An update is going to come out soon, featuring the colored versions of these posters that I thought I passed up, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Both are being colored by Armand. It's Armand Strange on Twitter. I don't know his actual. I think that's his actual last name. I feel like an asshole now. But this is the Ciderverse flagship gal right there. Star Supreme. And then this is the Inglewood crossover poster, which is actually going to be a comic down the line.
Oh,
Micah's working on the script for it and everything. And it'll work in the canon. You can either, basically you can follow both stories without needing this one. It's just going to be cool to have and give you a cool little adventure that ties stuff in if you want. But yeah, her and the Saint. These are both paying homage to two different covers, I believe. This one is a Power Girl, Supergirl cover thing, and then this one is a Batman, Superman.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, so that's pretty freaking neat. Also coming up on the update is the video is already on Graded Point 5's channel, but we're also going to include it in the update. It is a video about how to get your letters to the editor or your fan art into the actual print book.
Ooh.
Because Peregrine is a 48-page story, but it is not a 48-page book. It is a bigger book. It's going to have some neat stuff in there to look at. And but one of those things that's going to be in there is some fan art and some letters to the editor that get answered by whoever you addressed the letter to. So you can write it to the editor, which is me, or you can write it to, say, Xavier or whoever on the staff, basically, whoever on the team you want to address it to, or you can address it to a character and it'll be answered in the style like that character, the way that character would answer. I know for this being the first Peregrine book, nobody's going to really have, know the characters and, what to write to them this early on. Might want to write to Peregrine. I mean, but we're going to hopefully do this with every comic. So as you start deciding you like different characters or this or that, in future ones, you could submit your letter to the editor. And this is for, I believe this is for backers, I think.
Damn.
But I can't remember off the top of my head, so I could be wrong.
Shit.
But the fan art is going to be randomly picked. At first, it was going to be an art contest to get into the book, and then we realized we know a lot of professional artists, and that didn't seem fair. So it is just going to be randomly selected art will get into the book. The rest of the art will still be displayed different places. So, but printed in the book will be randomly selected. The letters to the editor, we're going to pick our favorite ones that we really want to answer. That also filters out anything inappropriate.
Oh, damn it.
Exactly.
Shit. What if I just sent a letter that said hi?
That might not end up being one of the favorites. It's a bit short. Easy to answer, I guess. Wouldn't take up that much space. But get in there. But yeah, there's a video to explain that. The video is funny as hell. So you can go look at it on the Graded Point 5 channel now, or if you're a backer, you'll get an email saying that there was an update. And I believe it'll be linked in that update as well.
Hell yeah.
It is pretty funny. Want me to play the video?
Absolutely.
Sweet. The video does half the work for me.
What happened to our heroes?
I used to think my father simply decided that the world needed Silver Falcon. more than I needed my dad.
Can anyone step up?
Your heroes are dead.
Can the world endure
They're gone.
without the icon? Is there anyone left who can take up his mantle?
How did I only realize now how wrong I was?
48 full-colored pages of superhero action.
And what path should I choose going forward?
A return to the kind of comics that we know and love.
I'm ready.
Featuring illustrations by Douglas Franchon, who has worked on X-Men Blue and Halo Escalation. Interior colors by Farah Nurmaliza of Door Kickers, Super Harem, and College of the Dead 2. Now available on Indiegogo.
Beep.
That ending is my favorite part. Just that boom, dun, 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 you know.
Yeah.
He just
I'm
gets
on the
me every
wrong
time.
thing. There we go. Yeah, but I mean that helped explain a lot of what Reconstruction is in general, what the Peregrine stories are going to be. So Peregrine is going to have each book has a beginning and an end. So you get your adventure in each book. But there definitely is an ongoing arc as well for Peregrine. And there might be other arcs down the line that'll be Peregrine, you know, that'll be something else. So we are already talking about the second book. Since this one seems to have done well, definitely can't wait to get feedback by people after reading it. Super hyped.
Mine probably won't be very constructive. I'll just be like either gushing or talking about how I want to have sex with the characters or something. Yeah. I know. That was shocking.
I'm also hyped because let's see. There are some characters that spin-off stories already in the works for. They're characters that you'll get a glimpse in this book. But you know, this book's about Peregrine. You know, so it's following her. But this person right here, seen right there. That is, I guess that's the only spot you see her in the samples. That is Lupa. She is my contribution because I said obviously every comic book needs squeezed in some sort of sexy werewolf chick, or sexy werewolf in general. That is my comic motto, I guess.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I remember like it was a couple of months back. I was talking to a friend of mine who caught one of our streams together, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, what's up with the girl who wears the ears?" and so at the time, I didn't know that those were your headsets. So I thought like, I was just like, oh, she's really into like werewolves and stuff. So I guess that's a werewolf thing. I don't know.
That is definitely why I liked that headset, those earbuds. Definitely my werewolf thing. But I mean, my opinion is that there is a way you could work a werewolf type character into any kind of story, or at least almost any kind of story.
Well, superheroes definitely room for werewolves in superhero stories.
Yeah. So what I figure is it doesn't have to be a traditional werewolf. It can just be something that, you know, still turns them into somewhat of a werewolf type, you know, end result. So, I mean, in fantasy, it could be magic if you don't have actual werewolves. In sci-fi, there's all sorts of different ways to get werewolves, you know, or if you're doing one, you know, that's based in like, you know, hell with demons, you could have a demon that just happens to be werewolf-like. It's all sorts of different ways you can squeeze a sexy werewolf into it.
That's what it's all about. That's why we make comics, to fit werewolves into things.
What's really funny about this is before I started working on this, I was working on my own side thing. That was originally going to be. I was trying to get to the point where I was doing it all myself, art, everything, and realized that I just don't do the art style that I want.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more of a, it's going to be a cool little team production in itself. But what's funny about it is it's pretty much a sci-fi story that really has no place for werewolves.
That's not good.
Right? I was like, I know how to shove werewolves into everybody else's story, but the one I was working on before this.
Oh, good Lord.
There's even aliens that, all sorts of different looking aliens. But basically my thought was, well, if I make a race of aliens that look like werewolves, that's going to be way too obvious. So
yeah.
I might be able to squeeze one or two in somehow, but I don't think it would make it to like the first issue. Assuming I get past the first issue, but I'm pretty excited about it. It's on the back burner for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, got one foot in front of the other and all that.
Yeah. And I want Lupa from this book. She's going to get at least her own origin story book.
Hell yeah.
I don't know about like her own series because I still am sitting on this completely different book that I don't think wouldn't fit into the Reconstruction universe either. It's set in the future and shit. I would actually describe it as being closer to manga.
Well, you do have a manga cover.
Started. Yeah. So one day I'll be looking for artists and I'll do this other book. But yeah, I definitely Peregrine being having such a huge team involved is nice. Because basically I'm getting all the practice, but I'm not like on my own, like screwed. I am part of a big team. Everybody's, invested in getting this done. And everybody's bringing their own like knowledge and skills.
Hell yeah. Like that's the best part in the collaboration is the end result ends up being better than each of your individual contributions.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm really digging this. The more I work on some Reconstruction books with everybody, the less, scared or I don't know what to do when it comes to finally trying to be on my own.
Oh, I'm still scared. I'm scared shitless.
Well, I figured I'd be a little less scared. I'd probably still be scared, but like maybe not clueless is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I'll kind of understand the, being on the hiring an artist end instead of being on an artist being hired end.
Yeah.
I'm getting experience in all different positions and will only be, taking on a couple of those when I'm going solo. So hopefully.
Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah.
Unless I try to art my own book.
I mean, I didn't, I can draw like a little bit, but it wouldn't be nearly as good for like Outlaw Nights. It would just be a bunch of little cartoony guys. And it's not the vibe I'm looking for. Not the vibe.
I don't know. Just wait until you guys hold the physical copies in your hands for the first time, and all the collaboration, everything. It makes it all worthwhile. Like when you actually hold that copy, and that it's done. All the hard work, all the people that's been involved, just to create that. It's you can't describe it as soon as you get it.
Oh Lord, man, I'm really looking forward to it. Like I'm I'm excited about this new page we've got in the pipeline because I'm like an addict when it comes to these pages. I'm like, I want more, like give me more. Hurry up. Oh man. So yeah, we are in demand, and yeah, if we can hit that 10K, we're gonna make this puppy 50 pages long, which works out because that's the way I wrote the script. So, but I mean, if it's still only the 25 pages, it's still gonna be good. I like nice fat books, But yeah, I figure we're coming up on that time where it's about time for us to sign off. And I just wanted to real quick kind of play the video for Outlaw Nights as sort of
yes.
as sort of our sign off kind of deal.
Definitely. Let's do this.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Seriously love that music.
Oh, I do too. Thank God for the skits team.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Alaz just got here. Oh, damn. So we're about to do the sign off, Alaz. Why?
You missed it, bruh.
But yeah, I'm really hoping we can hit that 10K. Unfortunately, we don't have any werewolves in our story. I know that
This time.
I know that that's a mortal sin, and we're gonna rectify that.
I can't give you the Piper approved stamp that went and got put on every goddamn thing under the sun.
That may be the biggest regret of my career. It's not getting the Piper approval.
No, my biggest regret was putting that stamp out on Twitter because it got put on like Mein Kampf and like.
Oh God.
Yeah. Everybody was like, "Look, Piper approves this book."
Oh God, you want to talk about something that SJWs would jump on,
right?
Oh Lordy. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. SK, well, first of all, tell us where we can find you.
Oh, look, you can find me on Twitter at Sigmate Studio, one word. Or just if you sign up for the pre-launch, you'll be getting a lot of emails from me in the next couple of weeks.
Nice. And I'm actually going to do that right after we sign off. And Piper, where can we find you?
On YouTube, you can find me on Graded Point 5. It's Graded Point 5, all written out. I know I have my own channel, but and a lot of people are upset that I haven't put anything on there, but too bad. I'm putting shit on Graded Point 5 instead. Maybe I'll go back to my own channel at some point. You can also find me on Twitter until I get banned or something. At FizGiggity, spelled exactly how it is right here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get in on that before she gets banned.
Yeah.
The best thing to do. And of course, you can find me here on FUSEBOXX Engaged, and you can also find me on Twitter. I gotta change my Twitter tag because it's my name. and it's literally just FUSELIER Ben. But I do need to change that. But yeah, back all of these books. Sign up for Transhuman, because everything I'm hearing about the story, it sounds like an awesome character study, and I love your process of walking people through it. I think that's wonderful, like that kind of educational stuff. And of course, back Peregrine Wings of the Falcon, because that book's gonna knock it out of the park. I mean, I've been hoping for something superhero related in CG, and this is it. This is it. It's the way to be. And of course, back Outlaw Nights, Genesis of a Renegade. I'm gonna try to keep this puppy live up until we complete the book. So most likely November. So get on it. And of course, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I love all the comments and everything. And we will talk to you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.